Hello everyone, welcome back to the room 3. Last time we went into the machine shop and it was cool. Definitely up there among my favorite levels. I think my favorite level has to be the one with the model wooden table, but this was definitely close to it. So we are now back here in the house and it's time to go and take this tetrahedron, what's that on the floor? Did I just walk over something spiky? No. This graphics, whatever it is down there, it looked kind of like spikes, and I was like, do I want to step on that? Okay, here we are, back at the font of despair. Time to place our tetrahedron on the thing again. Go! Spin! We have only one left. I don't know if that means we have one level left or if there's going to be a final level afterward. I guess this is probably going to open up and then we'll go through and then that will be the end of the game. Hey, it's a linking book. A leather-bound book. Can I open it? I don't seem to be able to open it, but there is something on it. I wonder if this is a hint that we gotta place it somewhere. Yeah, it looks like it attaches to something. Okay, maybe something over there. There's still places in the shadows that we haven't gotten to yet. We have to put a book somewhere. I wonder if the place we have to put it is the library. Gotta find the library. Is that this one? I just go in all the wrong doors until I finally find the library. Oh, it was this one, wasn't it? Because we did the puzzle where we turned the things and matched it with the frame. Here we are. Now I gotta find somewhere to place this book. This is still off. We're probably gonna have to come through, I'm guessing, all these places again at the end of the game to do a final puzzle. Or maybe this will be the final level. This mansion that we're in. Okay, I've clicked on all the bookshelves. I think the library is not where we need to take this book. Well, there's a frame there. There's an empty wall here. An empty wall here. Maybe if we look, maybe we take it to the place that has the same symbol on it. I know this is the generic, the room symbol or null symbol or whatever, but maybe this will take us to where we need to put the book. Like maybe here? No? There's some machinery over here that I didn't look at last time. Pretty cool. Oh, this is not a box. I mean, it is a box, but it's not on the table. It's on the other box. Can I do anything with this stuff? That is attached. Yeah, this place that we're in, this castle, it's definitely going to be a level. Oh, there's another door here. I just realized. It would make sense for it to be used in this room, because everything else that we got here was used in this room. Oh, here maybe? There we go. I want to read it, it looks cool. Man, they probably didn't even write anything that makes sense on there. It's probably gibberish. But it looks cool. Elevators, nice. Alright, flip the switch to... Okay, you can't flip it while it's going. That's probably a good idea. Back in the day this game was made, they would probably have somebody employed to stand in the elevator and move it for the people who went in there. Yep, elevator operator used to be a job. Whoa, look at this place. We're in some kind of bell tower, it looks like. Maybe not a bell tower, may not be a bell. What is this? It's only that big, so it's like a weight. It's not a prison cell or anything. That was my thought. It's like one of those prison cells where a cage is hung from a high place. So like even if you get out, you can't get out because you fall to your death. More from Talisman Company. How many times do you wiggle it back and forth? That's the combination. Ooh, we can almost see their faces here. I wonder if... So... Is anyone... I can't tell if anybody has a top hat. Maybe this guy? So one of them could be AS. One of them could be... Madame Margaret. Whatever her name was. One of them could be Khan. And one could be Craftsman. Another letter. I knew you would not disappoint me. You have proven yourself a worthy apprentice, and now you stand on the threshold of mankind's greatest day. I have not brought you here simply to bear mute witness to my achievements. You have a role to play, one more pivotal than you will ever know. Know the breakthrough we now make together I could never have made without your vital contribution, the Craftsman. Yeah, so... he brought us here, and you know, it's questionable of whether he abducted us, because, you know, we were looking for more information. That's sort of a gray area. Don't abduct people. That's probably not something I need to tell all you guys, but like, yeah. It's cool when stories have gray areas. This must be where the next one goes. Alright, where is... Here it is. Let's put all the things in place. You know, that's just sort of a thing that I've defaulted to as a Let's Player. Okay, these must have... that polarity must not match up. It's just like, if ever anything bad happens, I'm just like, yeah, don't do that. Because, you know, in real life, when you're talking to people, you don't need to say that, but you never know who's watching a video. You never know. Could be somebody who's on the fence. You never know. Power is on. That looks cool. Observatory, I'm guessing? Do we see an observatory in the model? We must have. I guess I just didn't realize what it was. I saw that spot of texture. Turn it. It's moving very slightly. Not enough to do anything with. Well, oh, something will probably pop up there maybe. These bricks make me want to try pushing them. So we can open this. There's so much going on in this castle. We just haven't found. Maybe in order to get the good ending, I have to find it all before I do the last level. Alright, I have to push the button. I just don't know. I mean, there's obviously some, like this box I didn't have to get, so I didn't have to get yet. There's obviously some I can do. I'm guessing it's going to be part of the major story, and I won't be able to do most of it until that chapter. Alright, how does this... that's not what I wanted to click. How does this work? Do I need an item? A screwdriver. I need to put connectors in here. Okay. Because, yeah, there's no electronics in here. So, we've actually got to try finding something. In this safe? I don't think I can unscrew the handle of the safe and open it. What's this? What is this? It's on a track that goes over to there. Can I use a screwdriver on it? Doesn't look like a screw. It can go over to here. We gotta do a little puzzle in this room before we can turn this on. Have we? I don't even remember. It hasn't been that long since I played the other levels. I'm doing it every 2 or 3 days. I don't remember doing puzzles to open the other levels, though. I mean, other than these. Not like solving room puzzles. Where am I going? What am I looking at? Is this? Can I unscrew this? That also kind of looks like it can slide back and forth. Maybe? Maybe not. I don't know what I'm looking for. I assume I don't have to leave this room. What are these blueprints for, I wonder? Well, I've double-clicked just about everywhere in here. I may regret this, but I'm going to start looking around in other places. Oh geez, no, I really shouldn't. There's an elevator and everything. This is telling me this is the place I need to be. Okay, fine. I'll go back and look more. Oh. The place where I touch this swings the weight. It might be a giant magnet, I don't know. Hit the wall, hit the banister. It did. Okay, that doesn't seem to be doing anything. So let's try swinging around. There we go. Whoa! That safe just fell right through the chain. Cool. Okay, now it's time to go back in the elevator. Going down, and what do we have? Broken safe and a broken floor. Is there anything in the floor that we need to find? Okay, we got a picture of a key. Oh, it's a craftsman thing. I woke up on the floor of the workshop again. A new box was on the table and I recall nothing of making it. Did I create any of them or only dream these creatures? What is beyond doubt is that there is something guiding my hand. Who pulls the strings of the puppet master? Was that signed? Oh no, it's August 11th. I got a crystal. It didn't shatter when the safe shattered. That's a pretty intense crystal. And it landed right in one of the symbols. Is that a triangle with a split in the middle? Alright, now I gotta find something to do with this crystal. My first thought is try putting it on here. That's the wrong shape. Probably not in here either. Nope. Huh, I guess maybe we don't have to come back up here yet. Mystical Maggie, that's who it is. Oh, no, this box is not that same kind of fuse puzzle that we've been looking at. It's something else. This might be the end of the game, opening this door. Oh, is that another crystal? Is this where it goes? Yes. But there's only two, and there needs to be a third one. What? Okay, so this stuff is not my eyes playing tricks on me. There are little plants growing up out of the floor. Alright, I need a hint. The oscilloscope, I know how to say that word. The oscilloscope in the tower, wait! And the tower seems to be missing an internal component. Where can I find another oscilloscope component? Oh! Why didn't I think of that? Because I am not a mechanic. That's why. How about in another oscilloscope? Take out the electrical circuit board. Let's look at that. A very simplistic circuit board. Well, it looks simplistic, but it might be more complicated on the inside. Wait. The clock just closed. But if the clock... Why did the clock close? What happened to it? Was it open? What was I doing? Can I put it back? No. The clock open at certain times? But the clock's not moving. Oh. What did the clock open? This is real life time. It is 7:16, 7:17 in real life right now. This is taking the time from my computer clock and projecting it here. I wonder if this will open when it gets to 7:20. I assume I don't have to come back here at like the quarter hour or anything. Yeah, it was just open at the 15. This is really cool. Oh, look at these pegs. I wonder if there's an item somewhere that I can turn them to make the clock be a certain time. I guess I could always set my own computer internal clock. Alright, moment of truth approaches. Well, it's past the tick mark of the 20, so I suppose maybe it's not opening at that time. Oh well, I'll come back when it's close to 30. There's gotta be clues for that, you know, like later in the game after we beat another level. Man, I'm so sad that I missed that. I'm happy that I saw it, but like I wish. So how can we spend some more time without going into another level? We can check out the other oscilloscopes to see if we can remove their circuit boards too. Or what would prevent us? Do we have to do just one? Is that the only circuit board we can take the piece from, or could we have done any of them? Yeah, this one doesn't have... that one doesn't have a screw on it. Man, I wonder how much of this castle we can do now, and how much we have to wait for the time. Or if we even have to wait for the time. Yeah, this one doesn't have a screw either, so it did have to be that specific oscilloscope. Put the piece in, put the thing down... and I could do that, but I believe that would get me into the next level. And right now I really want to see what the clock is hiding. And that only took like 3 minutes. So I guess I'll just be hanging out at the clock until 7:30. Alright, had a stretch, had a drink of water, had a snack. Now it's time to wait out the last minute here by the clock. Ha 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 ha, there we go. We found it. How much of a coincidence was it that I saw that thing while it was opening? It stays open for like a minute every 15 minutes. That was crazy. There's either going to be a hint about it, or you get some winding thing to be able to change the time so that you can open it yourself. Huh. What's down there? The combination. 4, 1, 2. 4, 1, 2. I feel like I'm getting somewhere I shouldn't. Which feels good. The other crystal! Haha. And then, can I take this? Can I take this? It's the same pattern as on here. Can I put the box in? No? Okay. Am I gonna get the good ending here? Wait, can I do this again? Can I visit an old level? No, it's still set on the solution. Okay, so the power is just permanently off. Well, we got ourselves a third crystal. Now the lever's open. We can turn it on. Well, this is creepy. Can we do something with this? Shows us a hall, but that's not a hall we've been to before. Oh, these are buttons. This is a dungeon. Let's go this way. No, we can't. There's a wall, and there's an emptiness. Let's start by going this way. And there's a little handy little arrow up here that tells us which direction we're facing. Whoa. Is there a monster gonna get us? Okay, looks like I could go around in a circle. Let's keep going. What about this way? Oh. Just gotta look everywhere. This takes some time. That's okay, we take our time. We are the patientest, especially after what we did to get here. We're doing a wall crawl. Keeping our hand on the left wall. That light looks different. A different color. The question is the green just because of the lens? Or is it because that's what it really looks like? This here suggests that it's because it's what it really looks like. What? A mysterious artifact. This looks kind of like the pyramids. but it's not. It's two of them smashed together. Oh, what have we got? Can I look in it? I can't. I should be able to put this somewhere. This is really cool. What about here? Can I put things here? Oh. Well, there we go. I put a box in the box. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to look. Go back in. Go back in. Let's look. The box is indeed in there. Change it to a cylinder. I have a cylinder now. Alright. A metal object. We rotated it in the 4th dimension, it seems. So let's see. Let's try this again. We put this on here. And look through. We get another shape like that. I was like, okay, it's a cube and it's a cylinder. So what shape does that make it in the 4th dimension? But no, it does this weird thing. Does that... I don't think that is part of a 4-dimensional shape. Sphere. An octagon. Oh, I like that one. Oh, we gotta figure out what shape is the one we need. Well, for now I'm gonna take this shape. It's because I like it. Anything to see about it? I mean, it could just be a long shape in 4 dimensions and we're rotating the slide, or we're sliding it past us through our 3D slice. Gotta look for some sign of the shape that I need. This just looks like a drawer. I can't open anything with it. Okay, yeah, so this is definitely going to be the final level out here. Or maybe a secret level? This is hooked on. Maybe we need an item or something. Man, I don't know. I should just go on to the next level. This is not going to be a whole episode of me playing around in the overworld. Can I try to put this on here? Alt ending! Maybe later. Alright, time to do this. I have been playing for about an episode's worth of time so far. But most of that was spent pixel hunting, and a lot of it was spent waiting for the clock. So... oh, too far? Ah, come on. Try adjusting the amplitude. There we go. Next level! And the door appears. We can't go through the frame if the door isn't there. I really like that aesthetic though, because it's like, this is a door to the next place. It's not a doorway to the next place. I was right, an observatory it is! Oh, and the first thing I look at is the wheel. Thought that was gonna be a timer. And it openeth! Doth. What are we looking at? A broken lens. We are looking at nothing right now. Because it's broken. Okay, we'll come back once we figure out how to fix the telescope. Oh, look at this place. So shiny. Is this a marble floor? Oh, look at this. It's not just a telescope, it is an astrological center. They're finding meaning in the constellations. Man, this brings me back to the room where we had that final level where it's like all themed astrological, but now we're in a frickin' observatory with a giant ass telescope. I have no idea what I'm doing with these. Oh, I can move everything. Okay. Okay, so I have to put circles over things. So this one goes here. No, this one goes here and there. Alright, that was cool. Draw an etched glass disc. Looks like we'll need more than one of these because this does not have a whole map on it. Oh man, this level is cool. Oh, were those triangles on the dragon already? And here's possibly the North Star, Polaris. It cannot be the South Star because there is no South Star. And that is not just because I live in the Northern Hemisphere. We put this on here? Yes. But it's not done yet. This is going to show us what the combination is, probably. You mean I can't slide this? I will be able to slide it. Alright, where's the craftsman's letter? He always leaves a letter. Can I go this way? I think I can. EEV or BEV? Bev 12:9. That's not a Bible verse. There's no Bible chapter, no Bible book called Bev. Release the gate. It's not powered. Star and a moon. It's a geode. It's smoking. Here's the craftsman's letter. Now you shall see what this whole adventure has been in pursuit of. Have you ever experienced a moment so tantalizing? This is our prize, yours and mine. Your resistance to the null is remarkable. None but me could craft this key, and none but you could turn it. I'm sure of that now. Everything is readiness. The last few calculations will pose you little difficulty, and once you open the gateway, I will join you. Let us stride through it together and become the greatest explorers in a dozen generations. That, honestly, doesn't seem too bad. Aside from the fact that we're doing all this occult stuff to get there. But, you know, going to visit another planet? I wonder if this game might have bad endings. This game, I wonder if this game is a genuine Myst-like. We've been going around and in rooms instead of just trying to open boxes. And then there's the mystery in the overworld. And that might give us multiple endings. Like, this is starting to feel like a Myst-like. Huh. And that is one of my possibly my favorite type of puzzle game, depending on how I'm feeling. Oh my god, this game is fantastic. It is leagues above the first two. And the first two weren't bad. They were fun little games. This is amazing. Whoa. I didn't even try to do this. But I'm just turning it. I was trying to turn it to the empty spot, but oh well. Okay, was there a combination? Was there a that we've seen before? Well, in the second game, I guess, there were combinations. They wouldn't use those they might give us Easter eggs for those combinations. Let's see, what was it? I don't remember what it was. I think it was Steam and something. Steam and corners? Huh. Also, it definitely looks like I should be able to go over there. I just can't click there right now. I can still zoom in on this spot. Wonder if that means anything. Oh, the gun is down there. Drag gun. I wonder if I could... Oh, that's what I do. Drag gun. Now what am I looking at? I can also move this one. Okay. And click it all the way over. Drag in there. Is there something underneath all of it? No. Oh. Okay. There's more. That's a button. turns on a light, I can see more. Alright, yeah, okay, this part in the middle, that's from below. So, yeah, that's as far as it goes. Draco the dragon, okay. I should use the words maybe. Dragon. There we go. I get a star jewel. And that goes, of course, right here, no surprise. Unless it doesn't. What's happening? There's a sound. What else? Can I click these? I can. Okay, it didn't like all of them. Maybe there are a certain number of them on this picture that I need to light up those exactly. Okay. So the second to last and third to last by the tail, one by the eye, and one there. Let's see if I can remember that. So these two, that one, and these. Yeah! I got a replacement lens! That's very handy that they just had to have one right here. And look, it's the zodiacs. It's Aries and Pisces and Gemini and Taurus. I don't know what that one is. Capricorn, Archer, Libra. I also got a scrap of parchment, Scorpio, Sagittarius maybe? Or I don't know who this one is. Leo, Cancer. Alright. I know that because of a fun little RPG I played a few years ago called Virgo versus the Zodiac. And that was the first I'd ever paid attention to astrology. This has got spots burned out of it. I gotta put it over something. For sure. What is this showing? Eclipses? It might be showing eclipses because it looks like Earth and then there's the moon, the shadow. What do we gotta do with that? We gotta put it somewhere. Find somewhere to put it. Here? Yeah. Oh. So, okay. It looks like we've got to find the place where each of the shapes goes the corresponding same shape. So not this one. Because although they each go somewhere, it's not to the same shape. Not, well, yeah, not this one. This is the one. This is the one. So it's sound waves and CU, or U's, like the letter U. Oops. So let's try it out. We'll put our lens in. I'm not ready to look yet. And it is this way. Sound waves. And U's. Ah, come on. What do we see? Ooh. That's not space. That's not stars. That's a symbol in the sky! Ah! We can... Okay, we can rotate our view. We can rotate our view of the stars. Yeah, that makes sense. Just gotta get exactly the right spot. That's too far away. There we are. That was kind of amusing. We're looking into space and we can rotate the stars.